First of all, I want to give an honor to God, who is the star of my life. Yes, indeed. Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all fed us last night. Y'all gave us what needed to be given. Y'all did. Y'all did. Y'all did your thing. I was gonna come on here dressed up, but child, please, the hair is what it is, and the face is what it is today. My God, my God, I can't eat, I can't sleep without tweeting. Baby, it was good. It was mighty good. It was good. Y'all gave us something for Black History Month. Okay, y'all, look. Okay, so Married to Medicine, so they're still in Key West, Florida. Didn't they go to Florida earlier this season? Yeah, because they went to the Dude Ranch. Wasn't that in Florida, I think? Why they do Married to Medicine like that? Married to Medicine has yet to go out of the country on a trip. I think, yeah, it's been 11 years. I don't think they've ever been out of the country. It's sad how they do them. Why? See, y'all be fighting against the wrong people. Y'all really need to go up against the producers and stuff because y'all ain't been to China. Y'all ain't been to the places. Mind you, I ain't been nowhere either, but, I'm regular. Y'all on the Bravo. And Real Housewives of Atlanta and all these other shows get to go everywhere, all around the world, and Why y'all don't get that opportunity? Y'all have more than proven yourself at this point. It's a shame how they do y'all. It's a shame. Anyway, so we're waking up for the next morning, right? So we have a split scene. So we have Quad and King talking, and then we have Sweet Tea and Dr. G talking. Dr. G and Sweet Tea, they're talking. They kind of made up. He's not as mad as he once was the night previous after the whole altercation. He said that, I was wrong for what I did, and I shouldn't have went off how I did, but some stuff I'm right for. Now, my thing is, I don't understand how he was just like, because he stood up for himself and he spoke his piece. That's fine, but why don't Sweet Tea get the right to speak hers? I didn't like that from Dr. G. I just don't understand why you can say what you want to say, but Sweet Tea can't say nothing. Why would she just sit and just let her spouse drown? And this is a show that's heavy on like gender roles and stuff. Like, if it's a woman talking crap to a man, the woman should take it up. And if it's a man talking crap to a woman, the man should take it up. That's how they operate, it seems, on this show. Instead of just saying this adult is wrong, and handle it accordingly in the most respectful way possible. If but at the end of the day, you can't do something to somebody and then tell them how mad to get or don't get offended at all just because of who it is. Everybody can handle the situations better, in my opinion. But since Quad was coming at Dr. G, why not Sweet Tea speak up and say something? It's just, it's more so a thing of, it's all about who you like. When it comes to these shows, it's, if we friends, if I'm cool with you, if you're in the in crowd, more importantly, then okay, do your thing. But if you're on the outskirts, then no, this is the way that you should act, and this is how we're going to accept you. And even if you're in the right, we're going to tell you you're wrong. That's how they do. So anyway, moving on from that, and Quad, when she was talking to King, one interesting thing she said was the way that Dr. G was speaking, it made it seem like he wasn't over me. I said, well, Quad, this is what you want anyway. You want for Dr. G to openly say that he's still in love with you, girl. That's what you want. Whether it's true or not, it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you started it with him that night. I'm not saying he hasn't done wrong things to you in the past. He has. But I just think that your anger is misguided. I don't think that Sweet Tea and Dr. G is your enemies. Your enemies is your homegirls that tried to get you off the show last season. And the producers. They was the one that did you wrong. You're a staple on the show. You have been on the show since the beginning. You are arguably one of the fan favorite for years. But they didn't think nothing of you to tell you that they was inviting Dr. G back on the show and Sweet Tea. They just trying to get a check. Did Dr. G want to come back on the show maybe to rub it in your face a little bit? Probably. But at the end of the day, he didn't openly disrespect you to your face the way that you did him on the beach. I'm just saying. Hey, and Sweet Tea and King is just collateral damage. It's messed up and it's unfortunate. But, I'm just saying. You can check your homegirls. What about your friends that petition for Dr. G and Sweet Tea to be on the show? Will they stand their ground? Will they let you down? Yeah, yeah. Or will they turn their backs on you? Shouts out to T-Boz Left Eye and Chili. So anyway, moving on from that, Dr. Mimi, Steve, and Dr. Eugene and Toya Bush Harris, they went out to eat. I like Dr. Mimi and I like Steve, and hopefully they can stay on the show. Married to Medicine has a bad reputation of giving people one season and kicking them off, even if they're good. They kick them off. I don't know what that's about. It's craziness over there. So they went out to eat and they basically told Toya that she kind of lit the match. And I had to think about it, but Toya spoke up on the uncomfortableness of the room. She spoke up on Quad being drunk as a Cuda Brown. And, you're saying all this stuff, but your ex-husband is behind you. And stuff. She spoke on it and that kind of sparked it up. And then Quad, being drunk, just kept going and going and going and going. The thing that nobody wants to talk about is I understand you speaking up for your woman and standing up for your woman when a man is involved. I do understand that. Because I'm a man at the end of the day and I'm gay, but I stick up for my girls and my family, etc. And anybody, it can be a stranger on the street, whether you're male or female, really. If something's just wrong and something is just not right, it's just, if it's in my presence, more than likely I'm going to say something. I'm going to be respectful until not, right? Anyway, the thing that nobody's saying is that King should address Quad drunk ass that night and said something to her then. All he could have said in the most respectful way, since it's a whole thing of, you're supposed to stand by your spouse. They're not married, but you're supposed to stand by your person and, you don't go against your wife or come against your wife or anything. That was the argument people were saying when Dr. Heavenly do her stuff. Oh, Damon's not going to go against his wife. How can you lay next to somebody and not tell them when they're wrong? Either. I don't understand that. And okay, and don't say it in public. Say it in private, but you don't say nothing at all. King should have said something at least that following morning and said, hey, babe, I don't know all the ins and outs, but you was tripping last night and you was drunk, and I didn't like that whole display. Because Sweet Tea and Dr. G was sitting behind them. They didn't say nothing to Quad. They didn't address Quad. They didn't speak that whole time up until then. And this is what you have to say to me, Miss Quad. You ain't even said hello to me when I first got off the plane, when all the couples got together. But this is the first time you're addressing me, and this is what you got to say. Baby Lunsford. Baby Lunsford is in the building. Baby Lunsford is coming soon. I'm going to plan the baby shower, baby. Don't you want me to plan the baby shower, baby. It's going to be grand. Yes. All that stuff. Somebody on Twitter had the nerve to say that, she was supporting them. I said, y'all are on substances. Got to be. She was taunting them. She was antagonizing them. She was being messy is what she was doing. Especially since they're having fertility issues. Child, talk to somebody who don't know these shows and who haven't been watching these shows since the beginning, okay? Baby, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, baby. Catch that reference. Where'd that come from? So anyway, let me see. What else was going on? So Toya, she kind of agreed, but kind of disagreed, whatever. Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, Dr. Heavenly, they meet up and talking. This is when Dr. Heavenly revealed that she's inviting Apollo on the show, on the group trip. They agreed that Dr. Heavenly's messy, but once again, it's the clique. They're in the clique. Dr. Heavenly is in the clique, and that's that. They know Dr. Heavenly's wrong on this show. They know she do stuff as entertaining as it is sometimes. And even if she's coming from an entertainment standpoint, you still shouldn't do everything for the buck. You still shouldn't do everything just because it's entertainment. It's still just not right. Morally, it's not okay because you wouldn't want nobody to do that to you. But, you know, it's Heavenly and we let her slide because that's what they do. So, you know, they're hopping in and out of boats. They're all drinking, but I didn't see no food. Not one time did these people eat. I'm never going anywhere if there's no food. If it's just liquor there, I'm gone. If it's just beer there, I'm gone. If it's, I need, what are we doing? I'm too old to just drink and not eat nothing behind it. What is going on? They had chips and stuff, and Dr. Simone, she had this cheap ass boat that she had them on. I said, what is going on? Where's the doctor's money going? They do them any kind of way. So, I would have been complaining about the food, so they would have knocked me off the boat at some point, I'm sure. So we end up seeing Apollo and Shireen. They end up coming. It's weird and awkward between Shireen because Shireen is allegedly the mistress. When Phaedra said when she was pregnant with the youngest son, she was messing around with Apollo, and you know she was Apollo pen pal in the penitentiary, and then got out married. Anyway, they're getting divorced now because Apollo is stone cold crazy. So that happened. It was just weird and awkward. You know, Dr. Heavenly invited them. She's excited to see him. Let me see. So they transferred from there. They went on a private island where it was just them. They had this whole nice island to themselves where they just cut up and fight, right? The problem with that was they had nothing to do on the island. They should have had activities. The fact that this messy situation and all these people is just messy and all the drama, they should have had something to do on the island that would have took their minds off of this crazy current situation, because we have Shek and Phaedra. Shek is apparently good friends with Apollo and Shireen. Apollo them felt some kind of way that Shek was there, but obviously Shek is probably a hoe, and the relationship is not as close according to Shek. But Shek felt like he didn't need to tell Apollo nothing, and Phaedra didn't either. At the end of the day, Shek probably owed more loyalty to Apollo and Shireen than Phaedra did. Phaedra don't owe that man nothing, child, please. And what time does Phaedra have to go around checking and see who's friends with Apollo and who's not? And you know she don't care nothing about Shireen. So, I mean, hey. So, moving on from that, we get to the island and stuff. All the ladies are laid out and stuff. So Shireen starts telling all the ladies the tea. Don't nobody even know her. She started telling everybody the tea on Phaedra and a little bit on Phaedra, but mainly on Shek. They started questioning Shek. Apollo came over, bucked up. He felt some kind of way. Apollo asked, Phaedra asked, well, what's your issue, Apollo? Why are you asking me? Why do you care about who I date? And then here comes Shireen. Apollo doesn't care from the water like a broke mermaid. Apollo doesn't care who you date, Phaedra, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, why are you even speaking, you walrus? Why are you even speaking? I said, ugh. And then Phaedra called her a big bag. You know what she called her. And Shek and Phaedra end up walking off. Phaedra is not seeing that child as no potential serious suitor. Phaedra is having fun and getting her life with that African king. And keep getting it, Phaedra. L. So that was crazy. Meanwhile, on the other side, Dr. G is showing off. You know, I think Dr. G has insecurities because he has a high-pitched voice. That's one. I'm sure he got picked on for that just because of how this world is set up. I got picked on for my voice and a slew of other things. So I'm sure that's an insecurity for him. You know, it's just certain things. It's younger guys around, more guys in shape. And I'm sure he wasn't the only one that felt some kind of way. But it was obviously uncomfortable for him to be there. And he hasn't really talked to King or said nothing to King. So King, you know, he starts to talk. He was just like, I appreciate y'all for welcoming me, blah, blah, blah. And then Dr. G spoke up. Yeah, I know we ain't really talk like that, but it's just a lot, with the ex-wife and the whole thing. It's just a lot going on. And then he just kept talking, and King was just like, no, it's cool. It's fine. It's whatever. So then Dr. G kept running his mouth. And then he goes, oh, well, I just really wanted her to shut the F up. Why did you say that, Dr. G? He didn't even hear that from last night. Now, mind you, we all wanted Quad to be quiet. But why did you bring that up in that moment? So be quiet. But once again, this is an opportunity for him to, he talks too much sometimes. And he's trying to prove that he's hard and all that stuff. So I was just like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. And maybe that's a representation of him having feelings for Quad. Who knows? But so many of them are wrong. So it's difficult for me to say who's more wrong than the other one. But once again, going back to that particular moment, Quad started it. I don't care. So they go through that, and he wants an apology, and Dr. G was just like, child, please. So then Sweet Tea and Dr. Heavenly gets into it because Sweet Tea starts to question Dr. Heavenly on why Apollo is there. Dr. Heavenly cannot stand Sweet Tea, so she don't respect her. She was just like, oh, who is you? You don't question me. And then they got into it. Dr. Heavenly slipping and sliding all over the place like a wet seal. And then the men run down there, and then King used that opportunity to talk to Dr. G. And it was just like, well, I just, look, I'm going to let this slide this time. Real nasty, like, right? How is a person supposed to react to that? Dr. G, started giving them back to him. And then Dr. G noticed the guy started coming up, and he started feeling himself a little bit, and it got a little rowdy. And next week, we're going to see the fight. Phaedra was holding Sweet Tea back, and Sweet Tea took that leap of faith, and she going to run to go get her man. I said, yes, God, Sweet Tea. Baby, Sweet Tea is the one. Sweet Tea is not only a runner, she's also a track star. Baby, Mrchalaki Medicine gave us everything that I needed. Everything to me. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. With that said, I'm Mrchalaki. Mrchalaki on Google+. Follow me at @SKinsWord, Instagram and Twitter at @SKinsWord89. On Snapchat, Chess King on Facebook. Mrchalaki on Cash App, PayPal, and TikTok. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. Whose side y'all on? Whose side y'all on in the whole situation, child? I don't know. It was a mess. It was a mess. Next week's going to be a mess. And child, just stay tuned. More videos coming up. Bye.